Welcome to another episode of Ask the Insurance Expert, and today I am joined by my colleague Dexter Quito, who is the unit head of the retail medical department at Insurancemarket.ae. Dexter, thank you very much for joining me. How are you?
Thanks for inviting me. It's my first time and happy to finally see you in the flesh.
Exactly, yeah.
We've been talking to each other over phone and emails, but we haven't really seen each other.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting you say that, obviously with everything that's been going on, the work for home situation, and it's actually the first time that we've met in person today, despite numerous conversations. So I'm excited to kind of talk to you face to face rather than just email. And
I would say.
Absolutely, and it's obviously it's a really kind of interesting subject. It's clearly medical insurance out here is something that
which we are discussing most of the time.
Absolutely, it's certainly people that need to have it, and of course with everything that's been going on, it's maybe something that is even more important if we can say that. So looking forward to talking to you, and obviously thank you for joining me. We'll look after you, so don't worry. So just first of all, to kind of start us off, just tell us a little bit about your kind of background. How long have you been with the company and so on?
I've been with Insurancemarket.ae, AF insurance brokerage, since 2015.
Okay.
I started as the usual insurance advisor for medical insurance. But I remember that time when I got on board, I was the first dedicated health insurance advisor along with Tarek. And then we expanded the team because medical insurance is getting of the demand in the UAE, not only because of it's part of the regulatory requirements, but people really are getting conscious about it. So that's how I started, and 5 years, 6 years, turning 6 years now, we have this big retail medical team that I belong to.
Excellent. And I know that you are a very busy person because of the size of what's going on here, so it's great to have you time for a little bit. We won't take too much of it.
Not an issue.
But if we just look at obviously the kind of the medical sort of insurance industry, how has that kind of changed or evolved over the recent years?
I would say there is already big shift or change of the demand and who leads the market. Not in terms of business, but who dictates also what needs to be covered, what kind of plan does the market need. Before, it's more of in compliance, and people get medical insurance to comply with the regulations. They know what they want, but the plans are standard, so it's more like the insurance providers give us the set of plans that will be available in the market, and people will just get the closest to their requirement. But now there's a great shift, I would say, based on our experience, based on what we've seen in the market, that it's the people now who decide which plan would sell more or would appeal in the market. So the leader now in the market are the people. They tell us what they need. Now they know what they need. Before, they know what they want, but now they know what they need, brought about by the years of being insured and the circumstances that we have now. So the insurers adapt to that. Before, the people adjusts. Now the insurers adjust and modify their plans to suit the requirement of the market. That's how the medical insurance market evolved through time.
So it's interesting. So from what you're saying, it's kind of a point where people were almost taking insurance because they have to, getting the minimum requirements. But now maybe people are certainly paying a little bit more attention to it, and they are trying to find something that suits them, actually what they want, what they need. And because of that, the insurance industry, the insurers have kind of changed on the back of that as well.
Exactly.
Interesting. So the people, as you say, or the customers are kind of dictating that space.
So there's really a great shift, They switched their places now.
Dexter, I know there's obviously a lot of different options available to people. What is the kind of typical cover that we see being requested by the people, by the customers?
The frequently asked covers from our clients usually are pre-existing conditions and wellness. Now, these are not being asked before. So this proves also how the market evolved, in relation to my statement earlier, people are becoming more and more health conscious, and they want a plan that does not only support their lifestyle, but will also support and cover them in times of needs, or treatments, especially for pre-existing conditions, or would give them avenues or a plan that has provisions for wellness to sort of improve their health and prevent also further complications. Well, as I said earlier, people's demands dictate, the plans that would fit in the market. All right, and among the different plans available in the market, we see a specific level or a group of plans that appeal to the market or to the people in terms of these requirements, and these are the international private medical insurance, the ones that we call IPMIs. Because what's unique about these plans is that these IPMIs cover mostly everything. As I said earlier, even those that are excluded, by the local providers or local plans. The cover of IPMIs provide importance to wellness. And prevention of risks. IPMIs provide importance, to wellness, and not just the conventional way of, insurance or medical insurance, which is treat and pay. All right. They provide programs, be it online or specific group activities, to their insured members to boost their health and wellness, to prevent, in conditions or medical conditions and diseases. Not only to manage their claims, but also, it helps to make people feel that they are healthy, not just actually healthy, but to make them feel that they are healthy. And it helps, in keeping our clients stay with this IPMIs. What's more interesting with this IPMIs is that most of the people in the market are expats, and they have this special feature of transferability of the plan. Let's say when an expat moves out and goes to another country where there is the same IPMI plan, they can transfer benefits to the closest one that they have in that country of migration. So you can bring along with you the cover that you have in Dubai or in UAE and transfer and make use of it, as you move to the other country.
Which is interesting. That's a really good point, because obviously, as you say, a lot of expats coming here, maybe short term, maybe long term, maybe they don't know how long they're going to be here for. So if they have that, they have to go, because again, sometimes it can be dictated by their job and such circumstances. Then they can effectively port that policy is portable, right? And they can take that with them. So
exactly,
it's a big benefit.
And just to add, especially now that travel insurance or international medical insurance is required, for us to travel. Most of the people realize or already sees this IPMIs as a better option, other than they have international cover. Well, we also have local providers with international cover. The IPMIs pay actual claims at the rate or costs in the country of service or where the treatment was provided. So it's not that it's a good investment, but it really is the most flexible plan available in the market that one could get, or that one can get, or should get, I would say so, especially if a person travels a lot. And if a person also thinks of medical insurance on a long-term perspective, which should always be the case. So that's why we have IPMIs in the market, and we have IPMI offerings also in Insurancemarket.ae.
And one of the points you mentioned before was with regards to pre-existing conditions. Just tell me a little bit more about the pre-existing conditions and how that affects the medical insurance.
Well, pre-existing conditions anyway are required to be covered as per the regulations, up to 150,000 dirhams for all declared pre-existing conditions. However, people need to realize, or people need to know rather, that they need to declare these pre-existing conditions. Others would fear of doing that because they know when you declare pre-existing conditions, your premium would shoot up. It will increase sometimes, not just fractionally but exponentially. People need to look at the benefit of declaring pre-existing condition on a long-term perspective, especially when they are already using the policy, and the cost of medical expenses that needs to be covered by the plan is higher, than the premium that they paid. That's when they will realize, it's good that I declared it, even if I paid this much. My policy anyway will cover me. Not only for this condition, but also for its complications. And they also would need to look for a plan that would cover, or that would have the capacity also to cover pre-existing conditions more than what is set by the regulators or by the regulations. As I said earlier, as per the regulations, no plans would cover pre-existing conditions for less than 150,000 dirhams. But never did it say that, plans should cover pre-existing conditions of only up to 150,000 dirhams. There are plans in the market, especially international private medical insurance. They cover pre-existing conditions of even up to their annual limit of, let's say, $1 million dirhams or $1 million. So people would need to take a look at, options in the market, which are always available. Otherwise, they can ask us, which of this would suit their requirements, But we will always recommend based on their requirement, based on their budget, but we always leave them with sound advice, or should I say informed advice, an option. Not just leave it to their decision, but we'll give them, both options, the consequences, and of course, most importantly, the benefit of doing the right thing, which is again to declare pre-existing conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's a good point that you make. The benefit in actually doing that from the start, and okay, there might be a higher cost, but long term, as you said before as well, looking at it long term, you have the cover, and you will likely save money in the long run. So,
it's not that it's because it's the ideal way of doing this, but it is the way to take most benefits, from the plan that you are taking. It's like turning your plan really to your benefits or to your advantage.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about medical insurance with or through Insurancemarket.ae.
Insurancemarket.ae and us at Insurancemarket.ae, we adapt to changes, especially in these challenging times wherein most of the physical transactions and contacts are limited, but we cope up in this situation. In fact, I don't think we even had any challenges because we've been doing this for quite some time. We are present in the online space, and we are one of the first to do this, so we're special in this. In terms of medical insurance, as in our other insurance products, we stay above the market. It's no question of being available, in the online space, as I said, and in fact, a lot of our competitors and our friends also in the insurance sector adapt to these changes. But what makes us stand out is our commitment to advisory and claims. Anyone can get quotations online, readily available in a matter of seconds or minutes, but medical insurance by Insurancemarket.ae is never compromised in our commitment to advisory and claims. You can get the fastest quotations in the market all you want, which we can also vouch for, but you cannot get the type of advisory experience that we give to our clients, right? Who is there for you to explain terms that you don't understand? Who is there for you, when you don't know how to fill out your application forms, right? We're not just, online system. We are actual human beings who get in touch with you, with our clients, who get back to your queries and guide you and assist you and help you decide, which will be the most suitable option for you. Out of the 100, quotations and options that you can get in the market, we can trim that down to 3 best options for you, and we'll help you decide which one to go ahead with. And what's more important is, other than who's there for you before you take the policy, is who is there for you after you take the policy.
Absolutely.
Especially medical insurance is I would say, the most utilized insurance maybe in the market right now. And people using medical insurance are the most sensitive insured members that we have. They hate getting stuck on queue queue, waiting for their approval while not feeling well anymore. And they have to be on the phone calling their insurance providers. What's happening? Why is this something denied? Why is this something cannot be approved? People only know two things: approved or denied. But they don't know, the different terms, on the back end that is happening, right? Why is this procedure denied? What needs to be done to get it approved? And we have our dedicated medical claims and service team, that clients or our insured members can just call or send an email, send an SMS, or send a WhatsApp, and we'll take a look at their cases and we'll contact the insurance providers for them. They don't need to contact their call centers and go through, the medical jargons. They don't need to hear from the call center agents and ask them to tell your doctor that we're waiting for this. We take that step from them. We take that load away or off their shoulder. That's why we get to retain a lot of clients also through the years, not only retail clients but also corporate clients. So that's how we do medical insurance at Insurancemarket.ae. People can talk about speed all they want. So you see, this is what people look for, the flash and the speed in getting an insurance or medical insurance. You may rush buying your medical insurance online, but you have to make sure that you get more than the speed alone. Everyone in the market offers speed now, but not the level of quality that you need and that keeps up with you throughout your policy year. And Insurancemarket.ae, our medical insurance department, offers that.
Again, really good points. Obviously, it's not just about getting the policy. It's having that personal approach to it, helping the customers, helping the clients, guiding them through the process, and then being there during the policy as well. Of course, claims very important. So it's kind of really interesting and good points that you mentioned. There's more than just getting the quickest policy and taking it from there. You want to make sure that you have the support, because if you need it, it's very valuable indeed. So it's really good. Very informative, Dexter. Very interesting. I know that again, as with all the different types of insurance that we discuss, it's another vast subject. Maybe we can have you on another day. Again, in the future, we can talk another sort of level and a bit more in depth as well. But thank you again for joining us, and look forward to maybe doing it again in the near future.
Thanks for having me again, Lee, and I hope to have the same catch up again anytime soon.
Definitely. We'll get it done for sure. So thanks, Dexter. Thank you very much.